Well, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have for this video, but I'm gonna go creek fishing today, and I'm going to a pretty special spot. Like a few videos ago, I said this was like the best small to medium sized creek that I've ever been to in terms of bass fishing, and I'm back, but this time I'm gonna go downstream of where I started last time. So I'm still gonna be kind of going through a golf course, and I'm hoping that there's some good fishing downstream here. So I don't usually go downstream, but in this case I need to. There's a bunch of storms kind of all around me, pop-up storms, so it hasn't really rained yet. It's just been really humid and cloudy out. So it's been, I mean, you would think this is like the perfect setup, perfect weather for fishing, but I'm not gonna get my hopes too high, because a lot of times when this kind of thing happens, I get my hopes too high and then don't catch anything. And I don't know what the moon phases are right now, so I don't know how that's affecting the fishing, but as far as the environment and the temperature and weather right now, it's perfect. All right, I'm gonna go walk to where the creek entrance is and see if I get something awesome. All right guys, I'm back at the creek here. So it is looking even more clear than the last time I was here, which is crazy. It looks awesome. And none of the little bit of recent rain we got has affected it, so that's good. So I'm going to be using my 6-foot long medium light pole. This is the Fluker Tryon, and then I'm using a Mach 2 reel, and I'm pairing that with 6-pound mono. This is my typical like creek bass fishing setup. And today I'm going to try using some newer lures that I've never tried. I'm going to try to not stick with the Largemouth today. So this right here is like little Rapala jerkbait. It's like 2.5 inches, maybe even a little less than that. So we'll see how this works. This is probably going to catch multiple different kinds of fish. So I'll switch it up after like 20 minutes if it's not working out. But hopefully it will. Oh, that is a fish. Hey. Oh, jeez. Oh. Well, that was a creek chub. It's been a little while since I caught a creek chub, so that's kind of cool. Didn't really get to show you guys that. Not necessarily what we're after, but it's a good start. All right, the rain has let up a little bit, so I'm gonna go try and see if I can catch some over here. Oh, there's a huge smallmouth right there. I just spooked. Got something. Don't know what it is. Ooh. Now I know what it is. Green sunfish. The only issue is I can't hold on to it. Alright, first green sunfish of the day. I definitely think we're going to be catching more of these. Alright. I'm going to use this bait all the way until I get to those rapids, and then I'm going to switch it. Unless it starts working, but right now this thing is not getting like any attention. And there are lots of bass around. There we go, right away. Is that a bass? No. What is this? Okay, this right here, I don't know what it is. It looks like the body of a bluegill, but it's got a big mouth, so like I can lip it. It could be a longer. I'm not sure. Maybe even a pumpkin seed. I don't know. I'm gonna say either a longer or a bluegill, or maybe like a crossbreed. I don't know. That's cool though. Man, it hit immediately. Okay, so the jerkbait wasn't working out, so I switched to this right here. So this, yes, it's still Largemouth, but I'm using a new kind of jig head, and I've had these for a while. So they're basically like, it's like an EWG hook with a bolt weight attached to it already. So they're almost like pre-set up Texas rig kind of things. So I'm hoping this will sit on the bottom like this, kind of like a Ned Rick's does. I don't know how these work, but I've had them forever, so I want to try them out. Oh yeah, they work pretty well. Now the question is, how good is my hookup ratio going to be with an EWG hook? I don't know. Plus these hooks are kind of, these are cheap ones. They're not very good. So the goal for these would be to allow me to catch some good fish and also not get me snagged as much. Ned rig, I snag way too much, but the hookup ratio is really good. That's a bass. It's gotta be. Nope. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Oh my gosh. There's just a pretty good sized, chunky green sunfish. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, you know this lure and this hook works if it's catching little green sunfish like that. Well, it's not a little one, it's a pretty big one actually. I think there's a lot of big sunfish in here. That, what is this? Jeez, the green sunfish in here are really aggressive. Look at that one. It's a little smaller, but oh, he's got some stripes on him. It's always cool to catch those, but I was not expecting them to be going after this lure like that. Oh yeah, that's a bass for sure. That felt way stronger. And oh yeah, that's a bass. Jeez. Man, it is so hard for me to use any other lure besides that Largemouth, because this is exactly what happens. I switch to that and I start catching fish. Oh, I mean, I was catching fish before, but no bass. Whoa. Jeez, I had no idea this was a smallmouth. I thought I was getting bites from bluegill. Cool. Look at that. He's got his stripes on him too, his tiger stripes. Look how small that guy is. I don't usually catch many like this small. It's cool. Okay, this looks promising right here. Yep, that was a bass. I didn't set the hook hard. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's a solid one. Really, really solid. Check that out. First cast into this hole. Right there. Awesome. That's the biggest one of the day. Almost a pound, probably. 3/4 of a pound, I'd say. Yeah, there's probably nothing else in that hole. Nothing that's gonna bite. What is that? Green sunfish. There we go. Cool thing about these guys is they'll go for like anything you throw, unless it's just too big for them. I mean, sometimes they get annoying, but like, you know, it's variety. So, like today, I'm cool with it. There's another little deep spot right here. Let's see what happens. Yep, that's a bass, I think. Nice. It's funny, these little smallmouth, they feel like sunfish. So I feel like when I feel a bite, I feel like I have to yank really hard. But no, all I gotta do is twitch it real quick. What is that? Is that a smallmouth? Oh my gosh, it is. Man, I felt a bunch of light tapping. A bunch of light tapping. And I was like, man, it must be a bluegill or sunfish going after my bait. Nope. Ow. It is a smallmouth. Cool. Look at that. They've all been about this size. Caught one a little bit bigger than this. But they're hitting so lightly. They're not taking off with it like usual. Oh yeah, that could be good. That one took off with it right away. What is it? Yes! Oh man. I usually am not wishing for largemouth, but yes, there we go. I was waiting patiently for one of these. I was expecting to catch a lot more of these. Because the last time I was here, there were honestly more largemouth than smallmouth. Finally. Look at that. Yeah. No wonder this guy didn't really hesitate to take a bait. Alright, well maybe I'll cast a few more times in here. This is a good spot. Oh, oh, that feels like the strongest thing so far in this spot. What is it? Oh yeah, that's a good size smallmouth. Oh my gosh, my net won't come out. I gotta use my net for this. Yes. All right, this is probably the biggest smallmouth of the day right here. This is a solid pound. Really good creek smallmouth. He felt pretty freaking huge. I had to use my net for this just because I'm using 6-pound line. When they start shaking, when they're this big, when you're holding them, yeah, that's how your line breaks. Cool, that is awesome. I'm gonna keep my net right there. Okay, this sucks because I really want to check out the rest of this hole, and there's some more good holes it looks like down there, but that'll be for another time. So I'm gonna start heading I'm gonna start heading back upstream, and I'm gonna try to hit that one hole that I pretty much started at right at the beginning. There were a bunch of good smallmouth in there, and maybe some largemouth. And I'm not gonna hit any of these other holes just because I don't have time. But see what happens up here. Stay tuned. Wow, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's almost a full moon. I believe it's a waxing gibbous. So maybe that's helping the fishing. All right, guys, it's gonna be the end of this video. Fortunately, didn't catch anything in this last deep pool here. Came back through the Largemouth and it just got too dark and I had to rush through it. So maybe I'll be back through here another time. And I consider this a pretty successful trip. I got some smallmouth, a largemouth, some green sunfish, and then a creek chub. So there's definitely good variety in this creek here. So I started off using a new lure I haven't used. Well, a new kind of lure I haven't used. I've used a jerkbait before, but not this small of a jerkbait. And it wasn't working out very well, but I gave up on it pretty quickly. So maybe it would have worked like more downstream. I don't know. It's so hard to use other lures when I have this Largemouth. And as you can see, any way you rig it up with any kind of hook, it catches fish. And I didn't even notice, like, I don't think I missed any fish because of the EWG hook. Yeah, I didn't notice any difference in the hookup ratio. So I'm probably gonna use these EWG style, like Ned rig hooks in bigger creeks that might have really deep spots where I don't have to worry about getting snagged and then losing my lure. So Ned rig is fine with an exposed hook as long as I'm in an area that I can like go and get it out of the spot it's snagged on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and make sure you guys like the video, comment on anything cool you see, any good creek lures to use. And then if you guys want to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm at like 28 subscribers right now, so I'm getting up there pretty good. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, see you guys.